Runaway robot.
Welcome to the DM prep stream for today's episode of DieFall. It's been a couple weeks since we've played. We had last week off due to Mother's Day, and I was traveling. So we're gonna get into this, kind of easing ourselves into what happened last week, picking up where we left off, and figuring out what happens next. What are our players gonna do? So, grabbing my notebook here. As a brief side note, Mordkainen's Tome of is it Beasts? I think so. Mordkainen's Tome of Beasts, Tome of Foes. Mordkainen's Tome of Foes came out this week, and thanks to the patronage of the subscribers and donators here on the channel, we have purchased it, and it's now available for our use in Roll20. So that's good. That's good. It's really exciting. I got to use stream money to purchase something, which was really cool. So I think not out in Canada yet. Bummer. Welcome to the stream, Kimma. How are you? No spoilers. Is it really spoilers? So I did go through it. It's nothing that we're gonna look at using for this campaign yet. It really isn't. It's something. It's things that we can use for later. But where we're at right now, I'm not even gonna worry about it. Way too high level. Higher level monsters, yeah, they are. They're certainly higher level monsters. But there's some lore and background stuff that could be interesting to use. So that's how I was looking at it. But yeah, no, some of the monsters are crazy high level, which is really cool, but very dangerous. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is try to catch up on. Oh gosh, this looks so cluttered right now. Everything is so cluttered. I think I'm just going to go ahead and remove this from this screen. Okay. So something I haven't done yet, and we need to do, and you know what? Let's share it with everyone here. Miara, nice. There's her goals there. I was hoping, did Professor put... Yeah, okay. Cool, this is what I wanted to look at. So a while back, Professor said that he had updated Miara's background stuff, and I had not had the chance to read it yet or incorporate it, but I've had some ideas about it, so I want to take a look at this before we get too much further in. So, from the city of Melrius, Elf Merchant Town to the west of somewhere. So it's a town that lies on the Western Road. That goes all the way out to Belarus, which is the dwarven coastal city from where they're at. It's the road that leads out of Sparrow's Crossing, right? So Sparrow's Crossing is kind of a hub area where these four roads meet, and it lies on the Western Road, weeks away. So that's where Melrius is. Lived with her father, a blacksmith named Balmiar. Where'd that come from? Stonewall. Her eldest brother, an up-and-coming elite ranger, Elwyn Stonewall, and her younger adopted brother, Zaor. Or Zaur. I think it would be Zaor Stonewall. Town was attacked by a giant serpent for many years. Elwyn led a party to defeat the beast. After weeks, the party did not return, and a small search party was sent after them. They were all dead, and their remains were returned. Miara, after grieving, decided to take it upon herself to avenge her brother. She took his old armor, his sword, his bow, and the sickle her father was crafting for the local farmers, and took to the lair of the beast alone. Naga, please. Oh god, don't make me ban you. Upon her arrival, there was nothing but silence. Perhaps she was undetected. She proceeded with stealth and caution. Upon entering the lair of the beast, she saw it asleep. She climbed the top of a nearby cave wall, jumped down to strike the beast, her sickle hooked into the giant serpent, and supported her weight as she impaled the beast with her brother's sword. To her surprise, no cries or movement were made. She got down from the beast and walked over to its head to find that it had been dead for 3 days. On examination, her rage took over because she was unable to seek revenge for the death of her brother. She spent hours hacking away at the head of the beast and began dragging it home. When her father took notice, the following morning a search party was sent out, and they found her dragging the head back to town with exhaustion on her face. When she returned home, everyone took her for a hero who single-handedly took down the monster that tortured their home for years. A few days later, she left and vowed to return only when she found what it meant to be a true hero. After a few years of travel, she heard word that her home was attacked again. Only this time, it left the town in ruin. They kidnapped many of the young elves in the village with rumor of experimenting on them to turn them into an army. Man, this ties in real well, doesn't it? Her father was announced killed. Well, I guess would be announced dead, and left in his shop with his crafted weapons and armor stolen. Her brother, Zeor, was reported missing and unconfirmed dead. Miara has been in the search for her brother ever since. 2 months before joining the party, she stumbled upon an injured panther, one blackish shadow. It looked to her crying for help. At first, she ignored it, but it continued to cry. She took pity on the beast and cared for the panther until he was fully recovered. They grew attached to one another at that point. When she tried to leave, however, the panther would follow. After several hours of trying to let the panther be free, she gave in and took upon herself to take the panther to wherever she would go. She figured it would need a name. She decided to name it Balmir after her father. Don't worry, Cam, I'll unban you if you go through with it. No, man. All right, so this is I knew this was in here, but I think this is this here and then this down here. Man, super cool tie-ins we could have here, huh? I think this is something that we might include in I've been thinking about this for a couple weeks now. So this was something I kind of thought we might do. But I am more inclined to do it now, I think. It was a bad joke. I regret it instantly, as you should. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, first things first, what we're going to take a look at. All of these notes are still relevant, but let's go to mostly open page here. So, calculating what they did. It is a big snake. Am I missing something? No, it was a big snake. It was not meant in a derogatory sense. No, of course, guys. I'm just giving you shit. Come on. You can give me shit. I can do the same. So, remind me, and hopefully some of you remember. I believe they only took out 2 orcs in the last session. So, upon their next resting, that'll be 300 experience divided between the 3 of them, which is, you know, that's 100 apiece. There wasn't a whole lot of fighting there because the big battle didn't happen, right? They realized it was going to be a problem unless they got some help somehow or figured out a way to take out the big fiery primordial. So, hey, Duzen, welcome to stream, bud. Enjoy your lurking. I have a bad understanding of me getting shit or sarcasm, so I'm just confused. No worries, dude. I'll clarify, just ask. Okay. We need a sarcasm sign. I'm pretty sure there is. I'll just start using this. There you go. Kappas for everyone. That's sarcasm. That's literally sarcasm. All right. So that's what their experience is right now. Let's go through their individual goals and things to see if they've achieved anything. Ignis fighting to save his dad, revenge on who ordered the poisoning, improve skills in utilizing thieves' tools. None of these things have been completed. Get info on her village and brother. Not something she's done yet, but I think it's something we can start getting into. Learn about the organization in the hand. Hasn't happened. Become closer with the party. I don't believe that's happened. I don't think anything has happened to prompt that. Darian, protect Ignis. He kind of did that, but I don't think it was. He kind of did it. So in the last episode, Ignis ran in Darian ran back in to save Ignis from the fiery monster, or attempt to. I don't know if that counts as protecting though. You can let me know what you guys think. Wants to get above ground ASAP, has not made any progress in that direction, and wants to complete the mission with Jirok alive. Jirok has left the party currently, so he might look to switch this out. But in any case, none of this has happened. I think he does earn some XP. What did we give him last time for doing the trying to cure the curse. We gave him an amount. It wasn't a whole lot, but 150. Yeah, that's super generous, though. I'm kind of going back on that, I think. Did I give out 150 for the last one? I feel like it's like maybe 50 to 75. Maybe have some kind of counter of times Ignis has been saved, and when that hits a certain number, give Savior XP. Supreme Heroism earns more marks on Savior meter. We could try to do that, yeah. Going miniature shopping, Skimma? Cool. We could do it that way. I personally, for me, I want him to say, I move to do this to protect him or save him or do that. And nothing has happened in that regard. And I want it to prompt a roll of some kind. And depending on the difficulty of that roll would be the reward for the experience. That's my thoughts on it, at least. Yeah, I think that's that. All right. So, what happened in the last episode that we need to address? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Some stuff did. So they went to try to go to the treasure hoard, right? They went and saw the primordial, which is a problem. I call it a primordial because that's the way that we've made it look. It's not. It's literally a basic fire elemental. I just beefed up its size. The problem is fire elementals are actually super freaking hard to deal with on their own. They're actually very dangerous. Especially for this level party, right? Right, that was my point, dudes. And he did run in and extinguish Ignis last time he had a flaming hot embrace with a forged spear. Yeah. So I think he does earn something for that because it did cost him action and stuff like that. I think that's like not for casters unless they're fire-based casters. Right, Kimma, I'm talking about the makeup of this party. It's dangerous. Like, they do not have a caster. They just don't. It's gonna be a problem. You're right. He did do that, and he ran back in, and I think that's worth something. So, I think for his efforts, I think he earns a total of 100 experience for his efforts. That is a combination of helping Jirok. Again, he expended resources to help Jirok, resources that he could use later. For this party, it's like super dangerous. Did you pick that on purpose? No, I picked it based on lore. We built the lore around this. They can find a way to deal with it. So the thing is here, right? Like, this is a forge. There's a forge here. There would be a way to cool this area, right? There is a way to get lots and lots of water into this. They haven't found it. They didn't look. What did they look at? They looked for traps around the ruby, right? And they looked at the scorch marks of the previously dead orcs. Their investigation did not come over into this area or look for mechanisms, right? Essentially, what I'm saying is they didn't look up. They didn't look up. So that's... We'll see if they notice, like, the piping system that would utilize this. Right? That's their way to cool the beast here. Very little things are immune or resistant to force damage. Yeah. Yeah. But this guy's like, they're resistant to, like, everything. It's pretty brutal. That's the biggest issue, is they're resistant to, like, everything. Okay, so this, I think, if they come back to this, I think they will. But I think where we left off, it's pretty clear It's not resistant to swords? No, it is. It's resistant to swords. Non-magical weapons it is resistant to. At least as far as I remember. Let's find out. Immunities to fire, poison, resistance to bludgeon, piercing, and slashing. From non-magical. Luna, welcome! How are you? Yeah, and when you're in melee, if you melee him, they do damage back to you. Yeah, it's really bad. Creature that touches the elemental or hits it with a melee attack within 5 feet takes 1d10 fire damage every time. That's super dangerous. This is really dangerous for the party, right? Like, this thing is no joke. I have a couple ideas on how this is going to be handled, to be honest. They need to hire a wizard? Yeah, but if they can find a way out of here, sure. Right? Like, they got super lost, and they're surrounded by enemies. 14 hours left of your shift? Jeez. Well, I'm glad you can join us during that. Something I want to do. I think I need to rework this map a little bit. It's currently 30 by 17. 30 by 30. The problem is it moves it down this way. It's a big old no. But I need to shift this. So I'm going to have to redo all of the lighting. But I think we need the previous section here. And we're going to utilize that. We might need it, is what I'm saying. We might need the previous section. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure we can do that. So I'm going to clear the drawings here. Yeah, so we're... basically, I'm going to go through and redo this. It shouldn't take super long, but... I think what we need in this regard, we just really need this anteroom area. So that's kind of what we're gonna look at here. I might just do this. Yeah, because I think what we're gonna say is like this is just a hallway that goes this direction. It just continues onwards. And you know what? I should take a look and see if we have like a hallway type thing. Where is Dwarven Hold? Karoshi? I'm not sure what that means. What is a Karoshi? They're just like a hallway. Because that would be super neat. Hallway. Nice. Nice. Okay. Cool. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, that's like a major hallway. Man, some of these tile sets are just super cool. Just super cool. It's a 4x2. We'll probably utilize this and just turn it. Oh, I have this on the totally wrong. Let's go ahead and delete this. We'll do this in a second. I need to fix the map first, I think. What do I want? Map and background. That's right. Jeez, I could not brain for a second. That was rough. Yeah. I think we... Why? It's like slightly smaller. Okay, that's the right size. Nice. Okay. Cool. Why did it move back here? That's so weird. Right? I think we just demonstrate that these are hallways. That's my thought. That just kind of extend these directions. And we're not gonna worry about the rest of this here. I know it's a little bit different looking, but it doesn't matter. It's literally just the thought that counts here. It just extends onwards. Because this is what we defined previously, is that there was 2 hallways that extended out prior to the ante room here. So that's what we're gonna do. Cool. I like that. Quintus, what's up? Maybe stretch them instead of multiple tiles? Do you think it'll look better? Because I kind of want it to match the current look. Welcome to the stream, by the way. How are you? I think I think you're right about one stretch. I think you're right about that. Yeah, hang on. I think that gives it a better look. I think you're right there. Let's just do once. Easier on load times? Oh, sure. I actually didn't even think about that. Okay, that works on that side. Let's go ahead and just get all these gone. Whoa. I could have shift clicked that, but you know, hey, here we are. Neato. That'll work. I think that's fine. Ow. I just popped the crap out of my back. I don't know if that was hearable on stream. Thing to do. I'm just gonna make a wall here. Well, no, because that tile doesn't work that way. We have wall tiles, right? Pillars, stone bench, statues. Nice. Actually, I want to... Oh, we have a statue here. Good, 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 good. Well... They're not a wall. Just hallways. Give me a wall. Where are you at? A door. Well, that's a start, I think. I just want a wall. Pillar, bench, table. Yikes. Anything to trim it up will help your players out. You also have an old computer. You've done a lot of big maps. Yeah. Yeah, we actually have some people that would probably benefit from me paying more attention to that, but here we are again. Yeah, that's a lot of the reason why I keep some of my maps pretty small is due to that. But I really want this chamber, to be honest. Why is there no wall? Why is there no walls? That's so weird. In this whole tile set, there's not a wall. Okay. Whatever. It's just gonna be weird. It's fine. All right. Let's do the lighting for this bad boy. And this one just goes all the way down. Ah. Nice. Easy peasy, boys. Easy peasy. All right, this one comes out here, and I think I'm just gonna make it go all the way down here. Bow. That's now a wall. There we go. It's a wall now. It's a wall. Don't worry about it. All right. I know this is the most interesting part of the stream is when I set up lighting, but hey, you know it happens. So when I do stuff like this, feel free to ask any questions you have. If you're new to the show, the campaign, or DMing, or you have any ideas, suggestions, concerns. Generally, now is a good time to ask those types of things. You know, because I'm just clicking. I'm just clicking. So we can get all the way around here too pretty easily. Nice. That was the whole issue. Is I had to shift the whole map down, which means all the previous stuff I had done is just doesn't work. Oh, hang on. I want this one to go all the way up here. Boom. Nice. All right, now we can get this one. Oh, that was ugly. Oh, no. It didn't take my first one. Son of a... Just click. Just click, forehead. All right. Maybe good enough? Nah, there's a little gap there that's gonna bug the crap out of me. Oh, all right, whatever. Okay, let's just move some of these tokens. Token. Wait, what layer are they on? Oh, I put them on GM because they were off screen. That's fine. Object and tokens, move these bad boys down. This guy down. These two go here. All right. Okay. And then these three go to the DM layer. And we can bring these back. We'll see if they even come back. Here's the thing. This is a preparation for if they come back. I don't know if they will. Like I said before, this is pretty dangerous. I don't know if they'll do it, but the reward that we talked about previously for them doing this is actually pretty huge. So we'll see what they do. All right, I'm going to set up the pillars here. More fun clicking around. How do I make up a red line to a campaign or a story thread? Well, I actually have had a lot of trouble with that because I don't know if anything that I do matters to the players. And it's tough to tell, you know, unless you ask them. But I think what's important and what I would do next time is hold a session 0, a better session 0. Discuss expectations. Because we did a little bit of that, but we were very at the time I was super busy. So I didn't do as much due diligence as I should have about establishing their motivations. I think that's super important. Establish the character motivations in the world, because they don't know your world, right? They don't know. So you have to help them decide what that is, and then you have to help them decide why they're in the area they're in the first place. So for mine, for the start of my campaign, we utilized that they were all parts of various northern tribes, and they were all going to be representatives at a meeting, right, to discuss the orcish incursions. And I think that worked out pretty well. And then I blew up the room, which was pretty cool. At least on my end, I thought that was pretty cool. Didn't you stop that? They came back and the stone was gone. No, they went back to Odeg's place. So Odeg, for those of you that are new here, Odeg is an NPC that was previously assisting our heroes within this abandoned dwarven stronghold. So he's pretty important, and he's currently missing. The party came here at his request and ended up finding this primordial being they weren't prepared for. But they went and they also found the... oh my god, why can't I do anything with this? They went and found the... That's going to be really annoying to me. Okay. They went and found the treasure room, essentially. The vault. The tomb of the previous dwarven clan leader. But they found out they needed a key. Weirdly enough. They don't have that key. That key is well protected by, you guessed it, this guy. There's your key right there, big boy. So they got to figure out a way to do this. if they want into the vault. The thing is, they don't need to do that. They don't need to do that. This is entirely a side quest for them if they feel. Their main goal here is to take out the Orc King's shaman advisor, gone rogue, who's basically turning all of these, like, he's started a side war of his own for his god, right? Like, that's his deal. But they've been instructed by a leader on the quote-unquote good guys side, leaders of Erdrick, to take this guy out, because he's a problem. They fought 2 hobgoblins? What levels are hobgoblins? What challenge rating is a hobgoblin? I don't even know. I thought they were pretty high. Half? How many do they... I assume you had like 4 level 1s. That's a hard encounter. Depending on what their team makeup is, it might be difficult. The ability they have that fucked up? Oh, that sucks. You know, no idea how to stuff the motives in the world. The motives are revenge, okay. Stuff in the thing that's revenge. Search for a thief, okay. Put in clues that lead them to the thief. And one just follows the party, as his elders want to. Okay, cool. And the last one you don't know. I don't know, I feel like you have some stuff there. I guess my first thing would be like, okay, why are they together? That's the first thing you should figure out. Well, give them a reason to be together. Right? But they've already done the thing. They've already fought together, so now they have a reason. Okay. So this makes this scenario a little bit more interesting. It gives them a little bit more space, because we didn't have this open to them at the time. We were just utilizing the forge area. We're good. We have that now. So the other thing we need to start looking at, and I think we can actually delete some of these things. I think this goes away. Yup. We might need that. I think this goes away. Those are okay. Those are okay. We might go back into the caves. I don't know what we're going to do about it, but hey, there we are. I think... Oh, was this the secondary one? Okay, yeah, we don't need this one anymore. I had 2... I was working out different scenarios a while ago, and I had a couple of these maps open. I think what they might be motivated to do now... So here's the deal. Where we ended the last stream, the last show... our heroes went back to Odeg's kind of like secret hideout, like in a compartment wall, right? Found out that he's missing, doors wide open, and what they haven't seen yet because they rolled terrible perception rolls was essentially the orc boot tracks that demonstrate that. Yep, he's been found out, boys. He's been found out. So what they might go do, and what I think they might do, is go to the prison, right? Where all of these people are being held. I don't know if I have a particular prison room. Whenever I read ability misfire, I think wild magic or a misplaced fireball. Yeah, I'm committing to that location. Okay, well, your fireball has a radius of 40 and incinerates your whole party. Congratulations. But this might be something that we don't need to build a map for. I think they might go to where the pens are. The pens, right? So there's this, like, basically old marketplace that's been blown out and is now being utilized to house prisoners of war, essentially, or prisoners of that have been taken from various other locations. So what happens if they go looking for Odeg? What do they do if they go look for Odeg? All right, new page in the DM notebook here. What do they do? Go look for Odeg. Party option 1. You know what? Actually, I should probably just utilize... What are these pages? Hang on. Oh, that's our, like, really terrible map of the place that they're in. That's fine. I think that's funny. I think I might go ahead and just drag this bad boy over here and utilize this. Let's go ahead and do some text. Let's go to objects, do some text. Let's manipulate the space here. We don't need grid. Background can be black. Text color is going to be white. Be good. Cool. Party option 1. I know you guys can't read this, so I'm going to bump this up. There we go. We can zoom in on it too, so I can see it. Party option 1. Party option 1. They go look for Odeg. All right. Likely a perception roll or investigation. Investigation of Odeg's quote-unquote house. You know, signs of struggle. Boot prints. Probably 5 or 6 orcs were there, right? If they roll high. If investigation roll is high, if the investigation roll is high, I don't think it changes anything. I don't think this matters. Investigation or perception roll is high. I think they just see more detailed signs of struggle. Get more detail on how many orcs there were, and a DC. I think a DC. It's not gonna be super hard. A DC 12 investigation / perception on the boot prints. I think it'll be an investigation on the boot prints. The perception is just to notice that they're there. We'll show the direction. Yeah. Cool. That's easy enough. Oops. I'm going to kind of pare this down a little bit. Okay. So if they go looking for Odeg, the prints, because they're out kind of like in a former farming area, right? Like a former mushroom farm, essentially. So the dirt there is soft, kind of loamy, and they'll be easily able to follow the prints until the prints lead to a side gate. All right, so gate is guarded. Yeah, gate is guarded. We'll decide by what. I think they're gonna have goblin guards. I want to reintroduce goblins to this. No, it's okay, Q. I'll read that in a second too. I'm braining currently, but I'll go through your stuff in a second. Survival is usually used for tracking. Is it really? I guess that does make sense. Sure, why not? You know what? And I like that because this gives Miara a job. I like this. I like that. Yeah, you're right. Survival sounds good. Survival is tracking. Investigation gives you details of said thing. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. Prints lead to the side gate. The gate is guarded. All right, what the hell is it guarded by? Let's take a look at, this is Kobold Fight Club. I use this every time we do a prep. We have 2 players level 3, and we have 1 player level 4. I think they should be leveling soon. We need to take a look at that, because that might be something that happens, like, the end of this session or something like that, and then we gotta start paying attention to that. I kind of want them to encounter, like, goblins here. I think a goblin, like, what would be guarding this, like, weird side gate? I don't think they're super... I don't think the guys are... Well, they might be, because it leads directly into the prison. I think they just have a bunch of goblin guards. Right? And the thing is, like, goblins are super easy, right? So you do fun things like throw a fuck ton of them out there. and it should be relatively fine. As long as, like, your party doesn't fuck up. Investigation might tell what the prints are. Also usable are nature and survival. Yeah. Signs of struggle, boot prints. This is my investigation. That's this. Yeah. And so they'll be able to figure these things out unless they crit fail. Right? Like anything over a 10 will tell them that there was a struggle and there are boot prints. Anything over 15. So here, let's do this. This will be DC 10. I think this is a better way to do this. And this is like a DC 15. Right? Gives you a specific number. Yeah, so the signs of struggle are going to be like, oh, like stuff strewn around the house, like the pot's tipped over, or like there's tea strewn everywhere and there's some blood. But I think the boot prints for the investigation are outside the house are going to be what's important. And the orcs number, it doesn't really matter, but it's extra detail for them. Okay, prints lead to a side gate. The gate is guarded. I want to use goblins again? Is that wrong? It's going to be like a basic side gate. Let's take a look at what side gate options we have. Right? Like, so this would be in the old stronghold. This would be an area that the farmers would go in and out of every day. Right? Because the housing district would be on the other side. So it doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be crazy big. But it would have to be enough to, like... We've kind of already established that this was this is a large dwarven stronghold, right? Like, this is kind of... Tunnel guard post, maybe? Maybe it's just a guard post. That might be a good idea. Hobgoblins, maybe more reliable than goblins, but not quite orcs. I think I haven't used hobgoblins here because I have ideas for hobgoblins being used later in the campaign, and I don't want them associated with this part of it. That's why I haven't used hobgoblins. So the breakdown for this like weird grayskin mountain army is orcs, goblins, ogres. And that's kind of like your big ones. What we haven't seen yet is giants, but giants are definitely in the army, but they're more than likely utilized by the actual Orc King rather than this advisor. So those are the kind of the things I want to keep in utilization here for this group. And then zombies, right? Which they haven't encountered yet. They've encountered like zombified orcs, but what they haven't encountered yet are the sacrifices, right? So actually, let's take a look at zombies. They're 1/4 challenge rating, so they're the same as goblins. I'm just checking on the other page here. That's what I think they're going to start looking at too. Yeah, dudes, and I have some ideas because hobgoblins are much more militaristically hierarchical and less tribal in my brain. They, for me, will function more similarly to like a Chinese military or something like that, rather than like a mountain tribal army. So that's where I'm going with that, and that's something that they may be able to encounter later in future portions of the campaign and stuff like that. Or if we end up, like, if this campaign ends or whatever, and then we end up in a different area of the world, I'd love to use, like, hobgoblins or something for that, right? Like, let's do something different. Which is why I'd rather just throw in different types of each of these goblins and orcs. I think zombies need to make an appearance soon, too. For sure. So they're going to try to go to the side gate. They'll have two options. How about this? There will be two options. The footpath will lead to one location, right? If they follow, they find the footprints and follow. It will definitely be a guard post. For sure, it's gonna be an old dwarven guard post. Not Miners Depot. We've already used one of those. Guard post. Here we go. What are these? 15 by 15. Pretty tight in there. No, not 3015. Yikes. That would have been miserable. Okay. Dynamic lighting. Only update on top. There we go. Da-da-da-da. Cool. Yeah. All right. So this will be like a weird guard post that they have to go into. So the footprints will lead them here. Right? And then they're going to have to do something. There'll be a couple, like, let's say there's a couple guards set up in here. So let's see. What would they be made up of? Probably a couple goblins and like an orc or something like that, right? Just that utilizes this side entrance. Because they view this as like a non-dangerous area. Let's call it that. So the encounter's not going to be super difficult. And this is a reason I don't make these encounters super difficult anymore is because there's other ways to do this. And I think giving them story goals as more of an... I think it pushes the experience onto their goals. And they need to start utilizing those more. That matches established D&D lore. Hobgoblins are a lot more human. Oh, there you go. So that should be fun. So let's go to Kobold Fight Club here. So goblins and then like... We don't need 6 goblins. Maybe like a couple fucking goblins and an orc or something. Giant in the dwarven tunnel kappa. Yeah, maybe in one of the larger areas, but so like I said, I think the giant is something that we would utilize elsewhere. Hill giants aren't like... Hill giants are like CR2? CR5. Oh, jeez. Okay, never mind. I guess giants in general are just ridiculous. We've been utilizing ogres as our CR2 giants, essentially. That's how we've been doing it, which is fine. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to move. Corrupted ogre chieftain. That sounds so cool. Stupid Tome of Beasts being third party and me not having it, so I can't even go look it up. I think we go with the unfurnished version of this because this doesn't make any sense as bedrooms to me. So let's not do that. Right? Okay. You're gonna have like one brazier in the middle here. Got some doors. I don't really like how this place is set up, to be honest. I don't know if I like it. No, I guess it works. It works. It's fine. It works for us. It's fine. Fine. Yeah, I'm getting too caught up in like looking pretty here, and it does. You know what? It doesn't fucking matter. Fuck it. So we're gonna need one of our braziers from earlier. We might as well just go and grab one of these. Do a little copy paste action. Control C. Oh. What did I do? Oh, it's all the way at the end. Whoops. That one. Oh, you guys can't even see this. My bad. All right, we're gonna grab one of our little braziers here. We're gonna put it on the token layer, and we're gonna make it a little bit bigger. Wow. Can't even see the grid over this thing. Is that really a 2x2? Yikes, that's actually really big. I need to correct the grid here because it's not able to be seen. I think white's probably the easiest to see. Yep. All right, that's fine. I think in this case, what we have is a couple of, like, locked doors, right? Oh, jeez. That was, I don't know what I just did there, but that door is tiny. I think I put it on the token layer and it, like, freaked out. Yeah, that's much better. Jeez. That was so weird. I don't know if these will be trapped because I feel like the goblins and the orcs would have already have done this. I think what's going to happen here is there will be, like, a couple of goblin guards out here. And then, like, a resting post, like, where one would be in here and they're, like, they take shifts. And then there would be, like, two in here and, like, an orc or something. So 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an orc. I think that makes sense. So in this location, call it like there's like a stone table, which is, you know, they go like they can sit around it or whatever the hell. This is where they eat. Let's put, like, chairs and benches and stuff in here, too. Do I have village to pillage? Does this have stuff in it? Some of these have, like, additives, things that we can utilize and make things pretty with. It doesn't look like we do. All right. So what we're going to do is this is probably one of my favorite things to be able to do here. Just be like, all right, I need a chair. Enter. From the web. Chair. Look at all these chairs. Man, that's neat. Look at all these free chairs I can use. That's super cool. I don't think they'll have chairs. I think it'd be stools. Stool. Yeah, easy. Drag and drop a couple of these bad boys in here. They're like one there. You know, one over here. One over here. And then let's do, like, bed. We've done this before, too. Oh, the camp token pack. I forgot about that. That's all tents and stuff, though. Okay. And there just be, like, really shitty Spartan beds, right? Like, they're not even really beds. Like, cots. And they're just, like, lined up on the wall over here, right? Did I set this up as 15 by 15? I wonder why it doesn't line up correctly. It's really starting to bug me. Hang on a second. $25 by 25. Oh. This explains so much why this didn't work. Okay. Okay. Let's move everything into that corner real quick. All right. We need to move everything up here. Couple doors. Wondering why it was like not looking the way I wanted it to look. That makes way more sense. Oh, it's an object. Here we go. Okay. Now let's go 15 by 15. Here we go. Oh, you know what I should do first? Break this bad boy down a little bit so we can actually maneuver it. Oh, sorry. I sometimes I forget. I get all in the zone and forget. I messed it all up. I'm sorry. There we go. 15 by 15. There we go. Much better. All right. Jeez. I was like, what? Everything's so big. Like, these stools are super huge and, like, the table's massive. Like, what happened? No, we're good now. Good. Like, this bad boy was too big. I was wondering why I had to make everything, like, super large. I didn't. There's only gonna be 3 here because they'd be in shifts, right? Stupid, weirdly oblong stools now. Whatever. It's fine. Doors can change now. All right, here we go, boys. Whoa. All right. That. Okay, and then we'll start object. This will be there's another one in here. Kind of like up in the corner. And I think there's one. How smart are these goblins? They gotta be behind them. Like it's a much smaller one. It's like torchlight essentially. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Goblin. I think I'm pretty sure I have these already. You know what? I should check. Goblin. Quack. Quack. 2 out here in guard. 1 over here, kind of like half asleep. He's gonna be facing the fire there, just kind of chilling out. And then we're gonna have 1 asleep over here. 1 eating something here. And then we have an orc cultist hanging out right here. I think that's the play. So if they follow the tracks, this is where they're gonna end up. A huge stool, Lamau. Yeah. Gee, that might be a good idea too. Cause like I get on a roll with stuff. I get on a roll like talking through the game and things. So like I forget. Okay, so I think directly on the other side of this. I think these doors are locked. They don't have a key. This one has a key to this door. This orc has the key to this door. And they only utilize the opening function when they, you know what I need to do? I always forget to do this. Because, you know what bugs me? I don't want the bar there. I don't want a bar. Because it's so obvious about, like, what's happening. But can I do this? It's 7 health. No bar. That's so much better. Oh, God, I hate that like it. Because it demonstrates too much for the players. It tells them way too much. I dislike that a lot. It bugs me. 15. Whoa, not 153. Yikes, boys. All right. That'd be a thick orc. I think this is, if they go this direction, that's where they find. You can set whether players see bars or not. What? Where's that? Where's that? Token bar. Not seeing. Well, they can see them. I know they can. Because they talk about it. Last tab of token settings. Oh. Player permissions. Controlling players can view and change. Oh, so they can't see it. I thought they could. Really? Oh. Well, fuck it. These guys are set already. It's fine. Good to know. I thought they could see them. It says they can't. I'll just believe it for now. It's fine. Okay. So if they do this... So what happens in the meantime? Right? Okay, so this is them going after Odag. I actually need to do the lighting for this. Wait, what happened here? Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought there was more to the top of this. Okay. Weird. Let's put everything in the other places now, because I want them to have some maneuverability space. Right? Sorry this is taking so long, guys. I actually didn't expect all of this to just, like, for me to mess all of this up immediately. I'm holding Alt. Please let me do the thing. Thank you. Okay. All right, that works for that. Let's go draw some lighting. Boom. 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 Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. I don't know about you guys. I don't even know if you guys can hear this, but the Witcher 3 soundtrack's on, and I freaking love it, man. It's so good. So good. Okay. All right. That's that. That's that. Sure to listen, keep company. Maybe I ask a few questions and learn something, so no worries. Okay. Well, that's good. You know what? I should go scroll up and answer your question while I'm doing this. They're together as long as they were requested, as everyone else is busy. It's worked fine. You need stuff you need to stuff the motives into the story. But they can't really make up the main story. That's fine. Doesn't have to. Hobgoblins can do an extra 2d6 damage if they hit. Oh, and have another hobgoblin next to him. Oh, that's right. Pack tactics, right? It's similar to pack tactics. There's not always an obvious answer, Q. But I think, like... Oh, you know what I need to do? I think for like let's take the thief. In the case of the thief, right? Someone's trying to track down a thief. Maybe in the middle of them doing the campaign, the thief strikes again. You know, and like steals some party stuff. Party motivation. Or maybe they're working for a certain city and the thief has been on the loose. And your party, one of your party members knows about this thief but hasn't like told anyone about it or whatever. And he's like, "Oh man, I'm super committed and I want to get my party to help me with this." In the case of revenge, very similar. Depending on who they're taking revenge on, you can similarly introduce it that way. Okay, so we use the large green ones for doors. And I needed to just not do this one. Hang on. Regular. I think it was regular, right? Yeah. That's fine. All right, let's put these doors in place. Oh, they're map things. Uh-huh. So essentially, I'm not utilizing this room. I don't know if you guys could tell, not utilizing that room. Go back to lighting real quick so I can do this one. Oh, I'm not on the lighting draw. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that all functions correctly. And let me set up lighting here because I didn't do that yet for some reason. Advanced dynamic lighting. Boom. Nice. Okay. I want to make sure so we can see a lot of stuff because each of these things has dark vision. So on my screen, we're going to be able to see pretty much everything. On their screen, they're only going to be able to see what the light permits. So this, I said, was about a torch level. So this is going to be a 20 with dim starting at 15. Much dimmer here. Like these, I don't think these are ones that give off that much light. I think this is another one that, like, you know, and dim starts at 20. I think it's very, very, like, they're not as bright. Okay. I think that works that way. Cool. So I think this is, if they follow the orcs, this is where they're going to end up. Right, this is how they'll get back into the city more than likely, or they can find a way around. They can find a way around, and that's cool too. If they the second thing that they could do here, the gate is guarded. What do we say? It was 6 goblins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 goblins. 1 orc. Okay. Or go around. Find other way. Well, they don't know the layout of the place. They know some of the secret entrances. So let's say they go through secret paths. They know the paths to Housing District 1. The vault and the forge. That's all they know. The one that goes back to Housing District 1 has the slit, has the window slit that looks out onto the, quote, prison pens. And another on the, quote, throne room. So they're going to have some trouble. If they try to go through, let's say they go through the housing district and stuff like that. Housing district. We'll have orc patrols. Possibility. If they go, because the way to get there, if they don't go through this area, is not easy. Let's say they take main side gate. Let's see, they find that. Main side gate's gonna have like 2 ogres and orc handlers. Right? So dangerous. I think at this point in time, the guards at the vault passage will be noted as missing. You know, and then, you know, signs of blood and battle. It just further confirms that there are intruders, right, into the area. This had led the orc scouts to Odeg at some point, right? Not necessarily this one, but the previous time. The thief strikes again might be hard to make happen. Oh. I mean, because the thief is probably, I mean, depending on, maybe it's a notorious thief. Or even if it's not, you could make it that way, you know? A notorious thief thieving. It'd be pretty cool. You gotta track him down. So what happened to Odeg? Well, Odeg is in the prison camp. For sure. Oops. What else is in the prison camp? We touched on this a little bit, but they couldn't see so much. Right? Looking through that, like, kind of window slit area. What's in the prison camp? Welp, you have, soldiers from Erdrick, the houses of, so you have the, Golden Eagles, Gold Hand, which I think are, what did I do with theirs? Are Gold Hand the boar? Oh, I was listening. Sorry, I stopped looking because I was listening. There's an ice cream truck outside, and I was like, why does it sound? What is so weird about my music right now? It's an ice cream truck outside. The boar. Yeah. Gold Hand, which is Azure boar. Weird for them being Gold Hand. The remains of of the Shale House soldiers. What else is? Who else makes up this one? Who was friendly? Dial, House Dial. House Sarah. Rafolk. Who was the other one? Who was, oh. There might be some, Herringcrest. Darian's family. Herringcrest soldiers. Might have been, called up to fight for Earl Reist. Oh, Edmund, that's right. House Edmund. What happened to my stuff? What happened to all my stuff? Why does it move? What happened? Why does it do that? I was so confused. Everything's gone. How does... Ugh, this is so weird. I should probably just use, like, a text... actual text file. Okay, these are all, like, the things they might find here. These are all Erdrick soldiers. They'll also find, Dwarven, barbarian tribe. They're a Vossian tribe. Voss is the aspect of wind. And they have various leaders and things. The leader himself is essentially it's a dwarven translation that's wind through the crags. Right, that's the dwarven translation. He speaks common, but the rest of his tribe does not. Yeah. Who else is there? There will be some elves from the Silver Needle tribe. I think there was one other tribe that I specified in that, but it doesn't matter. And then I think some remaining villagers from wherever the hell Miara's from. And I already forgot. Let's see. Melrius, that's right. I think, and there's something else we'll do with this too. Some remaining villagers from Melrius. Her brother? Question mark, exclamation point, exclamation point. Yeah, probably not. Notepad plus, yeah. I know. I just like keeping it all on one screen so I don't have to like do more stuff in OBS. I noticed that you guys can't even see what I'm doing here, but hey. So these are going to be like the main bulk of the prisoners here. And then there will be various villagers / townsfolk from Erdrick. And the outlying houses and farms. So definitely villagers and townsfolk from the Heroncrest house, right? Sounds good, Kim. I have fun. Thanks for tuning in for a while. I appreciate it. So I think this is a good idea here. I have a problem. You're gonna get new dice. Nice. New dice is always fun, though. I think this works. So because they had mentioned they wanted to free the prisoners and stuff like that. I think Odeg's been like tossed in. Odeg is here with the other dwarves. I think the orcs would have just been like, dwarves, throw it in the pen with the other ones. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Gwent music. I should just hit repeat on this. It's the best. So I think this is all well and good. Odeg is there. Did Miara's father make weapons? Yeah, crafted weapons and armor. Nice. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. Awesome. I think something I want to change about the orc that we're utilizing. So let's go take a look at this. Let's take a look at our enemies real quick, because there's different things that we can do to make our enemies more interesting. So if we go down to our orc cultist, I think. Do I make it? I make a duplicate here. Yeah. I'm making a duplicate for a reason. Character sheet. Shield bearer. All right, well, we'll just put shield here. It's easier. So his armor class is now 15. So he's going to be an orc with a shield. And instead of a great axe, he utilizes a... Is there like a battle axe? Are these heavy or one-handed? Weight 4. Melee weapon. Item slashing properties versatile. So 1d8 one-handed. Yeah. Okay. So did it accept? I'm supposed to accept the drop from the compendium. What happened? It even says it up there. Watch. Accepting drop from compendium. Maybe I have to do it like right on the thing. Hang on. I don't want to physically add this. Why is it not working? Oh, that's frustrating. If I unlock. Nope. Okay, cool. I have to physically add this. Hey, what's up, like one? How you doing? What's going on? This is an attack. Maybe it works if I make it an attack. Oh, because it's adding the weapon, not the attack. Yikes. Okay. Took part in your first roleplay yesterday. I saw some of it. I did. Don't think I took it seriously enough. Made the DM mad because we went the writer's no way for the mission. I'm not sure I understand. We went the writer's no way for the mission. Or you went the wrong way for the mission? I'm not sure I understand. Why? Maybe you can clarify a little bit? So this is a battle axe. Melee. 5 foot. To hit, it's the same as his great axe, so 5. 1 target. On hit is 1d8. One-handed. Slashing. On secondary damage is 1d10. Oh, that's fine. We won't need. He's only going to do it once. Description. Show we don't need a description. Boom. Done. Easy. I wanted to add a little bit of interest to this. So this is Orc Cultist Shield. Cool. What do goblins have, actually? He went the wrong way. Went the wrong way for the campaign he set up, and we went and attacked things he hadn't planned on us attacking. That happens. Yeah, no worries. That happens. It's fine. My campaign does that too. It totally happens. And it's okay that it happens. They have swords, and they have short bows. I think that's fine for the goblins. We don't want them to be too super challenging. This is just an interest point. I think that works. Okay, so back to kind of what we were talking about previously. Okay. This is if they go to Odeg. Now, what are they going to do when they get to Odeg? Well, okay, they could break him out. And then what? Not really sure, right? We don't really know what happens then. They really wanted to just ask Odeg if he knew about the Primordial. His answer's going to be like, yeah, I thought there was something there, but I mean, it's been 200 years since anyone's lived here and utilized the forge, so he doesn't know. Right? I think what he would say is that there would have been a way to douse the flames. There has to be a way to douse the flames, and then that would try to maybe prompt them to go look for that, right? And I think that's how that would be handled. Sounds good, Q. So cool. Now, what they want to do per the last thing they did, they want to break out everyone, which they can do. They can do that. So, how many total prisoners do we think there are here? You know, like how many? I mean, there's probably 300, 300 to 500 prisoners. Every day, some of these are taken to the throne room and never seen. Again, we know what's happening to them. They're getting acid poured all over their bodies and being resurrected as zombies. Acid and zombies. Then they're summarily sent out to fight against Earl Reist and the dwindling army of Erdrick. Right? Some background info. Why is Erdrick failing? Why has no one gone up to figure out what to do with Erdrick? Because there's a large city south of here called Whitehall. Whitehall will have gone as far north as Sparrow's Crossing and secured Sparrow's Crossing, and that would have been it. That's all they would have done. They wouldn't go any further north. They have no obligation to support Erdrick. That was never an alliance that was made other than trade-wise. So, and with the Duke of Erdrick missing, and the houses of Erdrick in disarray, and the new quote-unquote leader of Erdrick, Hida von Rolls, in power, she has no interest in making any alliances with Whitehall yet, because right now if the war pans out how she wants it to, everything ends up being very lucrative for her, so she doesn't care. Okay, cool. But we'll start introducing zombies soon too. That's the big play here, right? This is the real reason. Yeah. So in there's 300 to 500 prisoners. That's a lot. That's a lot. And I think throughout this area, I mean, you probably have up to, depending on these pens and stuff, you probably have up to 20 goblin guards, right? Total throughout this area. And probably at least one, like, goblin quote-unquote chieftain. They call them goblin bosses in this game, but goblin, like, chieftain type. And I think that Two Skulls, the Two Skulls tribe, the one that we introduced last session, Two Skulls tribe guards the prisoners. They're not happy about it, but that's what they're doing. I like that. I like that a lot. But there's not like a whole lot of them, right? The whole tribe itself is probably upwards of 40, but some of those, remember, ended up failing the ritual and being turned into little goblin zombies. So they're probably off fighting somewhere. Let's call it 20 goblins and a boss. Big boss. So what I want out of this is an area kind of dungeony. Not dungeony. What would we call it? Like prison-y. Lots of individual rooms, but rather large. Because it's in an open area. So the original... Oh, you know what? We would have to use... Central Square, maybe? Oh, I think that's what it is. Okay. Do I already have that being utilized? I think I do. Look at that. Is this a central square with all this armor and stuff? That doesn't make any sense. We don't want that. Wait, what does the market look like? Hang on. Kind of. What does this look like? Maybe that's better. Yeah. I kind of like this. Are these 30 by 30? Yep. Okay. Hey, Jahalis, how you doing, bud? As a note, like when. Oh, this is already 30 by 30. I don't think you guys did anything wrong if that's the case. That's stuff you just have to be ready to improvise on. If John feels like it didn't go the way that he wanted it to, or something like that, that might be a little bit of cause for concern, but it doesn't mean that you guys did something wrong. It really doesn't. Okay, I think this is a cool area. We're calling this is like the quote unquote main square, but I think what we're going to utilize this for is this is where everyone's being held freaking prisoner, is in these areas, right? I think that's how this works. Yeah, this is going to take me some time to set up, but I like this idea. I probably, well, unless you guys really want to see me do a whole bunch of this shit, I think this is probably something I'll do later. Yeah, because, like, I don't think I want to, like, have all this stuff pictured or whatever. This might just be for me. This might just be a me map, and then we just have them encounter things as they go along. Like, okay, so they enter, the prison that they would enter in from would be, like, from this side, here, over here on the left. If they go through the guard entrance. So they'll start, like, walking down this way, and you know, there'll be like goblin guards over here and, like, you know, stuff happening. So maybe I do picture some of it here. I'm not sure yet if this is what they want to do, right? Or maybe they go like the super sneaky route or something like that. We got to figure out what they want to do. And I'm not exactly sure how they're going to handle this stuff. The problem is I think immediately they're going to try to go find Odeg. And the thing is, that leads immediately to here. Now, and also what they could do is completely ignore the whole go to the thing and get the treasure and the loot and stuff like that. Free all the prisoners today and just go to the main fight. They could just go to the final fight today if they're feeling super, like, you know, super gung-ho about it. So we may need to, yeah, okay, well, we may need to fix this then. All right, we may need to prep this map, and we may need to prep the, we're gonna have to prep a lot of stuff. Okay. Cool. Grid system done. The first thing we're going to do is set up the lighting because it takes so long. So this is going to be like this. This is going to be the super boring part of the stream. So if you have any questions, now's a good time to ask them, and I'll glance over there and see if I can't talk about them while I do this. So how's everyone's day? How's it going? Played any good Dungeons and Dragons recently? Any good games recently? Cool, cool. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Oh, man. This is when you, like, your plans get too big for your britches. But you think it's really cool, so you go do it anyway. I have that distinct problem for sure. Where I'm like, hell yeah, they can take on a fire elemental. Nope. That's a terrible idea. They gotta find a new way to do that. So, we'll see how it goes. So all of these have been set up very, you know, prison-like. Smaller groups would be kept in these areas here, whereas larger groups would be kept in kind of these the side locations. Because I can't get that line straight, and it's going to bug the crap out of me. There we go. Like these areas over here on the corners would be housing like the large groups of peasants and stuff like that. So the largest groups that'll be here will definitely be warriors of Erdrick, like POWs, and villagers and citizens, that kind of thing, for sure. Okay, let's go this way. Oh boy. What was Miara's brother's name? I'm gonna have to remember that. Zayor? Something like that? I think it was Zayor. Ooh, I need to remember. I'll have to take a look in a second. Some of this lighting stuff is just like brutally terrible to do. Go. Well, that's somewhat of the top side done. Am I right? Okay. So what else is going to happen? So we need to prep the quote-unquote final fight, which is another very difficult fight. The basis of the skitter haunt that we're using is tough. It is a tough boy. For sure. So We'll have to see how this happens. Because what we're going to want to do is set up a situation where they have to do it on their own. Right? We want to set up a situation where they go to the last fight on their own. You know, not taking along all of these, like, prisoners of war and stuff like that. And I think that's relatively easy to solve. Less lurking. All right, Dusan, welcome. That's relatively easy to solve with, like, okay, let's say they free these hundreds of prisoners. Well, these hundreds of prisoners have a couple thousand, you know, orcs and ogres and stuff to get through. And I think if that amount of chaos is created, some of their finer NPCs will try to encourage them to go complete their mission. You know, cut off the head of the snake, so to speak. So I think that may be, but if they don't do it and they want to fight the fight and, like, try to kill everything and do the whole thing, shoot, man, we can have them go through one by one every single monster. And, you know, it could take a couple days. If they want to fight, you know, 5,000 orcs, it's on them. Prisoners are just going to leg it. Some might. Some might, for sure. But they don't know the way out. They don't know where they are. That's the problem. That's the real problem. The person that knows where they are is Odeg. Odeg could lead the prisoners out. He could do that. Actually, you know what? That's not a bad thing either. That's actually good motivation for Odeg. NPC motivation. Can't even motivate my own players, but man, do I have NPC motivation. But I think we just need we need a way to separate, I think. The thing is, like, if a battle starts in here, in this prison or whatever, like, this is not super far from where the bulk of the army is. And that could prove bad for them. That could prove really bad. So, like, the amount of commotion, if they don't do it quietly, or if the prisoners are loud or something, and, like, talking about 500 people, it's impossible to keep all of them quiet. Things are going to pop off real quick, right? That amount of noise, things are going to get busy real fast. And they're going to start having to deal with lots and lots of enemies. Some pretty nasty ones, right? Like, we already know that this army employs some pretty explosive beings. So generally those are sent to the front lines, though, so that's they haven't had to worry about that for a while. That's the lore implications for you guys. Why, if you're wondering why exploding orcs haven't come back in a while, that's why. Because they're terrifying on the front lines in the fight against Erdrick. There's that, at least. We need to set up the Skitterhaunt fight. I need a token, like a pretty token for it. Right now it's just plain. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's a lot. But again, if they decide that this is what they want to do, this place is going to get busy and it's going to start popping off here. And we're going to need to be ready to handle that, and at least have a map prepared would be nice. So, if we don't use it, well, then maybe we use it sometime else. And that's just the way we got to look at it. Ah, crap. Oh well. That was a bad one, but hey, we're okay. Soundtrack is so good. I kind of hope the prisoners do like it. I mean, they're unarmed. They're all unarmed. The ones that would likely stick around and fight are the barbarian tribe. Because they're crazy. But, like, that's not that many of them. There's probably 20 of them. It's still pretty good. Barbarian strike force. But they're all unarmed, too, right? Like, it's not gonna be easy for them. Okay. Oh, we have these right here. And I think we can start actually lighting it and start adding some interest in enemies. Things like that. Maybe some doors. Maybe we should add some doors. Right, because this is a prison space. We're utilizing it as a prison space. I think... Because I'm going to call these, like, pen areas, right? Like, they're kept in pens. So, like... I'm going to do this just for my sake. And then, like, let's call them, like, they're penned in. So you can see kind of through it. But not very well, right? So all of this, oh my god, these are like the worst to do. It's fine. We'll get there. Okay. I just like this idea, to be honest, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. If we end up having to delete all this, I'm gonna be super upset. But hey, could be cool for today, right? And that's what this prep stream's all about, is what is cool today. Jeez. So this is just a visual representation, right? Like, this is not the actual, like, distance between the bars or anything like that. Like, you could scoot through one of these things or have Ignis go through one. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. This is just a visual representation of the area. Again, creating some interest. Gitterhaunt can basically be a type of beast or vermin, so you can easily use another token for it. Ah, yeah, okay. Sure. Sure. I just got to get a token for it. What do you think they'd utilize? Let's get some ideas. Talking about an aspect of disease, right? Giant rat. I think I'm thinking a bug of some kind, right? Giant centipede sounds okay. Scorpion is insanity. I think I kind of like that too. But the big beetle's cool as well. All right, we did those. Cool. What we're going to say is, like, for these areas that are kind of empty right now, is like, oh, they're just, you know, they're being held in this. So just because you can't, like, see through it, you know, or you can see through it, doesn't mean it's not locked. So. Didn't I already use a centipede token for it? No, I did not. I did not use one. I can use one, but I did not use one. Yeah, I haven't actually updated the token for it yet. Because I kind of did the last prep stream, and just didn't do it. Okay. So here's the deal, right? I think in this case, right? We set this up. This could this is also like a tough situation for them if they're gonna do this, right? So you're gonna have goblins hanging around. Oh shit! I put it on the wrong. No. Okay, hang on. Shit. No. Oh no, guys. Okay, hang on a second. This is not... I messed up. I messed up so bad. Oh no. Can I... Shit. I did all of this drawing and it wasn't even on the lighting layer, and you can't move it to the lighting layer. I'm so sad right now. Okay. I can't even move it to the lighting layer. Okay, well, we'll have to do this. I'll have to do this later. Oh, that sucks. I didn't notice. Oh, that sucks so bad. Son of a... Yeah, that's fuck me, man. That took like 30 minutes. Oh boy. Okay, well, let's set up the enemies then, and we'll have to deal with it as it comes. So we were talking about like 20 goblins from this tribe, right? So you're gonna have a couple of them kind of like spread out through here. You know, you have a couple up here. Each of these locations. So maybe there's less than 500. This area is actually much smaller than I expected it to be, but hey, that's fine. And then, Goblin boss. Yeah. What does he do? Chain shirt and shield? Yikes. Okay. Makes 2 attacks. Second attack is disadvantage. That's funny. Alright, I kind of like that. That's pretty funny. How many is this total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I think that's plenty. And a goblin boss. This is a lot. I know this is a lot, but this is like gonna be a big deal if they do this. I can't believe I brutalized this thing. Oh, I also put these all on the wrong layer. Dude, apparently I'm not paying attention to layers today. Which is really terrible because this whole thing is based on that. Okay. I like how the music now reflects my feelings. I'm very sad. I'm going to have to do all of this again. Okay. So the last thing, and I'll do all this later. You don't have to worry about it. I'll do it in between, in the hour that I have between this and the next show. What we want to take a look at is this. Excuse me. Oh, where's my map? We didn't do the lighting for this either. Yikes, boys. This is much easier because we're not going to utilize the whole map. Oh, good. It's already broken up in that way. Nice. So this is going to be our quote unquote. This is our big boss right here, right? This is the big boss map. I honestly don't know if we'll ever get to it. Shh. I am on the lighting layer. Look at that. Let me change it. All right. Yep. I was on the lighting layer. Okay. Thanks, Susan. Oh, kill me, man. I'm so sad. Everything's bugging out right now. It's super uncomfortable. Sometimes Roll20 gets like really buggy and it's not good. It's not okay. Not okay. Okay. This is ridiculous. There's so much lighting to do. Now is a great time to ask questions. Otherwise, this is it. This is the stream here, boys. I guess it's all right. We don't have too many people in here today. Okay. On a scale? I'm not sure what you mean. Don't drop the phone. Did you just drop? I was wondering what happened. It was like, I feel like he didn't finish his thought. It's funny, dude. On a scale from 1 to 10, how bad does it hurt? Messing up the lighting? Pretty bad, man. Pretty bad, because it was like 30 minutes of work that I'm gonna have to do again, and I'm not about that life. Not about it. Not about it. I may leave the small columns, to be honest. There's just so many of them, I don't care. Big ones are fine, though. I can't even make them square. I know I could, like, use the tool to make them square. I just, maybe it is easier. Let's find out. Draw shape. Hold Alt for circle ellipse. Shift to snap to grid. Boom. That actually is roughly easier. Cool. So many little columns. Upper right wall missing a line. Yep, thanks. Indeed it is. I don't care about that. That is. We're just gonna deal with that. That's fine. Okay. Whatever. Looks good to me. I don't even think lighting's set up on this one yet. Let's find out. Nope. Boom. Let's change the grid color because it's super hard to see. There we go. Oops. Let's go to the tool. I think what's happening We'll have to see how this goes. Because there would totally be a couple orc guards in here too, you know what I mean? For sure. Also, we need to grab the, from this map. Let's get these bad boys. Take them over to here. Like, they already even have lighting spots in here, which is super nice. There we go. Look at that. Neato. I think in this case, you're definitely gonna have some, like, guards, right? You're gonna have some orc guards. So, I think, like, this is what makes this kind of dangerous, right? Or do you think he would have sent them out? What would he have done? I think maybe there's just two. I think what he's doing is so here's what I want to have happen. I think there's only two here. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fine. And we'll figure this out. I'll figure out the play cost here. Okay. It's been about 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and try. I feel like the guards would just wonder at the aspect of disease and watch the fight. It depends. It depends. We'll see. I think it's been 2 hours. I'm going to take a quick break. We'll start up the actual show here at 3, about an hour from now. I just realized there's a whole lot of, like, weird lines in here. So we'll start at the show at 3. And it should be a relatively good time. I mean, I expect a lot of good things to come out of it. We'll see if it's fun. It'll probably take some time for people to get warmed up again and get back into character and stuff. So, but it should be good. It should be good. I need to find this, and I need to redo the lighting for the quote-unquote prison before the game starts. But other than that, I think we're good for now. We're good. Are the lighting lines on the expanded forge part of the right layer? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Oh, you're totally right. They're not. I think they're on the map. Oh, no. Dude, you're totally right. Oh, I screwed that up too. All right, I gotta do lighting stuff. Let's not watch that. That's boring. I'm gonna try to eat something and get some water and stuff like that, and then I'll figure all this out. But this is no longer prep anymore. This is just me drawing stuff on a map. So, thanks guys for joining me today. It's good. It's always good to get back into the feel of the game. And you guys are always very helpful with that. So hopefully I see you guys back here at 3 for the actual campaign. And until then, later.